Hello my dear Aries, this is your love and spirituality reading for the time between October 16 and October 31st, 2017 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I use the Mary L Tarot with the Mary White, and I have already shuffled and chosen your cards. This is my shorter mid-month reading, and I will come back with a longer 15 card spread for the beginning of November. Then I also use a smaller deck, and I'm looking out for changing my Legacy of the Divine. So I will just tune in for a few seconds to your reading, and then we will continue. Okay, my dear Aries, this is your past, and here we have a Six of Cups, so that's some kind of reconciliation. It's the past life and childhood card, so it might talk about healing past life karma or inner child trauma. It's also sometimes a very like romantic card, romantic feelings, deep water feelings, like having deep connection with someone, and hopefully with yourself, love and self-consideration. So next card for you here is Justice. So Justice is also talking about karma. The Six of Cups is like getting a second chance of doing something better, of a situation that you have been in, like a similar situation before, or with the same person, or with similar people. So justice is like a doorway, and you need to go through it by creating balance, justice. So both Six of Cups and Justice might talk about forgiveness, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, getting more balanced emotionally, more calm inner waters, and not falling out of balance, but like aiming towards more and more harmony when it comes to your relationships and your emotions. The next card is the King of Wands, so it's telling that you are doing this, and that you probably have put in some really hard work into this, and sometimes also a great deal of suffering, but you are doing this with grace, and it's coming from your soul. It's like any kind of challenge the divine send you way, you just solve it with grace and harmony and justice, and like high moral values and standards and common sense. So it seems very, very prosperous. It's like you have found some kind of stable ground to stand on, even in the midst of going through difficult childhood memories or past life karmas. Maybe there's maybe you are in a karmic relationship that's very unbalanced, and you seem to be able to make the balance. The King of Wands here, what I feel with this energy, might be a little bit fiery or temperamental. So you might lose your balance from time to time, but you know how it feels, like how it feels when you regain it. So practice on putting yourself back in balance more and more quickly every time you have fallen out of grace, so to speak. Okay, the next card here, this was the past, like September, early October. This is the second part of October. And here we have a Two of Cups. It's talking about really sweet emotions in your relationship, Aries. Like the Six of Cups and Two of Cups, you're really starting to try to heal your relationship. You're healing yourself and also your relationship. So it looks very very wonderful. It might be a past lover coming back, also saying that they're sorry to you, and maybe you are able to connect on a more deeper soul level, on a deeper love level as well. So it might be someone that has been away coming back, and this is restoring also balance in your life. The middle card here is the Ten of Wands, and this is what I felt a little bit with the King of Wands, that it might be a lot of anger within you. So it's hard to go on and feeling like a monster when you are in this beautiful love energy. So you might feel like a little bit clumsy, too big feet, too big a mouth, too big like an ego. You might feel like something is like you are sometimes messing up a very good situation. The Ten of Wands comes underneath the Justice card, so it might be things that are actually not very just in your situation, but you're not saying it, and it might collect into a mountain of aggression. And it might not be other people's fault. It might be things that you save inside yourself, might have saved it since your childhood as well. So Ten of Wands wants to solve this. It wants to free your voice. It wants to make you able to move forward and not suppress yourself or hold back. If you know that someone else is not responsible for your reaction, you might just say like, okay, I'm going to overreact a little bit here. This is how I'm feeling. So you can be the diplomat for yourself. So you don't have to act out, but you still are not using the silent treatment on yourself or suppressing yourself. So the energy that you're suppressing is going to come out anyway in some other circumstance. You can hold back, and then explode. So it's better that you always have this shunt open. So yes, okay, I feel very upset right now. I feel very angry. I feel this is a little unjust. I might not have the right to feel this, but inside of me, I'm feeling that this is unjust. And of course, when you're feeling like this, it might be that you are that the situation that you're in are similar to some unjust situation from your earlier life, and especially from your childhood. And so just being in that situation might bring up the same feeling, but it's not the same situation. But to just vent this might help you heal also. So don't hold back, don't suppress. If you are with someone that really seems to love and understand you, take the chance to be loved and understood then. Okay. And here we have Four of Wands. So this relationship or this situation that you are in, it seems to be very cherished also from your end, like you really love the person, you really want to be with them kind of forever. Trees live longer times than we, so you're looking into eternity when it comes to this relationship. You might be in a relationship with like an air sign or a water sign or another fire sign. But it might be like any sign, but this is what I'm seeing particularly now. And it's also maybe you're holding back your love. Maybe you're not showing everything. And also, again, it might not be the relationship that you're actually in that makes you hold back the love. It might be earlier experience. So that's kind of unjust towards the person that you're with now. You're not giving them really a chance to get to know the real you. And that might cause like disconnection in your relationship. And it seems like this relationship is really important to you. So show how important it is. Don't go stone cold and logic and suppress yourself here when it's something that's so great at stake. Okay, so here we have the future. So the future here is the Wheel of Fortune. Six of Cups and Two of Cups, and then the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is like a change of luck, or it might be a repetitive situation that's coming back, or that something is evolving or revolving. And whenever things is like causing turmoil in your life, you should put yourself like in center here or here in your heart, and not try to not be washed around by this washing machine that maybe wants to change your whole exterior. No, those wheels of fortune, if you were on the outside of this, you will spin like crazy and maybe be like lose footing and be swept away like whew. But if you put yourself in center and balance, you can just watch how your world is spinning and see where it stops. Like, okay, this is my new reality. This is how it's looking. And not be so reactive, not try to control things. There's no such thing as control. You can just accept whatever is. If you don't accept what is, then you're kind of crazy. If you don't accept the current situation, if you can't accept it, that's crazy, because it already is. So you need to accept it. What you can do instead, if you find yourself being in a situation that you don't like, probably most certain emotionally, like you feel that there's emotions here in this caused, on the surface it might seem like it's caused by this situation, but it's actually caused within you. It's something happening within you, a reaction inside of you to what's happening on the outside of you. So try to be more acceptive of whatever happens, and if you don't like what happens, you can always work to change it. It's like you have built a beautiful garden for yourself. It's metaphorically, so it might be both on the inside and the outside of you, and then something happens, divine throw you a curveball, or a hurricane is going through that garden, and everything is like went upside down. Before it was peace, and now it's just like rubbish everywhere. And yes, and that is what is. That was what happened. It's not personal, and it's not something you can control. And so if the tornado come, you hold out during that tornado, and afterwards, that is what happened. So you just start to clean up. And if there's frequent tornadoes, like you are in a relationship, for example, that there's always this turmoil and drama, and maybe you're to relocate your garden. Put it somewhere else, a calmer place. That might be like the sign from above, if you are wanting to take it personally what happened. So putting yourself in the center, not being so reactive, not being so dramatic. You can feel your feelings, give them all your attention, but you don't have to react upon them. Also talk about them or write them down, giving them the attention that they want without having this reactive phase where you are like, oh, this was the worst thing that ever could have happened and I'm such in the misery. Well, if you didn't react like that, the catastrophe would be half of what you are making it into. Okay, but the Wheel of Fortune usually are very happy endeavors, but you have the Ten of Wands and the King of Wands here. So I'm feeling a little bit like a dramatic trait within you, over dramatizing things, have maybe being very good at being in this drama. Maybe this is what you know, maybe this is what feels natural for you, like high voices and a lot of things happening. But practice on doing things in another way, more calm, more laid back, more also honest, truthful and honest, like letting things out, but without destroying or burning the world, burning the beautiful things in your life. Because the Four of Wands is like a tree, and the tree is living there forever, and it has great foundation. Four of Wands is traditionally like wedding card, but you also see that there's flames here. So, and there's flames here, and we have the King of Fire there. So there might be a little bit fire going on your end of the relationship. And that might cause other people to react also and changing their mind about you. Maybe they don't want to love you anymore if you are always like blowing off the top and making everything into a scene or everything into a big drama. Maybe they just want peace and quiet and love and connection. So consider that. The next card here is Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands and Ten of Wands and the Justice. So it seems like you're really fighting for justice, but maybe you're hitting with windmills here. If you have a person in your life that's so awful that you always need to be this angry and resentful and aggressive, maybe that person isn't the right person for you. So that might be one thing. Or you just stop complaining about them and accept that they are in the way that they are, and you don't try to like condition them or domesticate them, or you don't try to change them in any way. None of this drama anymore. Whatever it is, try to accept, be more mindful. Whatever going to, like, change is unavoidable. Challenges is going to come. You might be so, it's like you're holding yourself together with having this fiery exterior, but really on the like underneath there might be tears instead. So why is it coming out as fire that much? It's maybe you should connect with more the fragile parts of you that you are so fiercely and fiercely defending. And maybe that is what this person wants out of you as well, like a more open heart. Maybe you don't have to be so strong and heroic and always so honorable. Maybe it's something else that they want from you, connecting with your deep inner core, your true self, your inner being. So, because I don't see, usually I when people are acting from their strength like this, that's very good, but I don't see the reason for why you should act like this when you are in this very loving situation here. So I think it's remedies from old situation that you are just remembering. It's like kind of like this, so you're reacting in a very reactive way. So the last card here is death. So death welcomes change. This old wise woman has gone, it's like dying before you die, accepting aging, accepting change, accepting the hurricane in your garden, like whatever is okay, a new wrinkle, another storm. So this is what is, and you just, if you are always living in your future and I'm going to do this and this and this and this and that and that and that, then you don't have time for any like divine interference. So you don't need any hurricanes. But life is not like that. There's going to be challenges. So try to live more here and now. Like whatever feels now, express this. That will bring a change in you. So that will give more room for like this, you know, smelling the roses, feeling your feelings, feeling the anger of this wind that swept down your beautiful tree, and maybe crying a little bit over it, and saying farewell. It's like you're fighting with windmills. You're fighting big forces that you can't really change. This is destiny and this is death. It's like death and taxes. You can't change them. They are there. So yes, you can change taxes if you can do that. But I'm just joking, just to make you to understand like what I'm talking about. That some things are inevitable. If you're trying to fight them, a lot of energy is being wasted that you could use to rebuild after this death comes through and sweep things away. So overall, I'm seeing a lot of love here in your reading, and I feel like there's a lot of love towards you from the divine, also like holding you, and what I see is like you are this little insect, like being in this great fury, and they still hold you like this. So try to downsize on the fury a little bit and accept what's what. It might be like a very creative energy as well, and if that's the case, it might lead you to death. So I'm not talking about death, but I'm feeling like exhaustion, burning your candle in both ends, using up all the fire at once and not having anything less, like being manic depressive, like burning everything and then being so tired that you can't even go out of bed. So for some of you it might be like that. So I will take some additional card from the vibrational energy card deck to see what's has been going on here with the Six of Cups and Two of Cups. So we have homeward bound. I've gotten that for many people, like they are returning home. They need their people, so you can't make enemies, you need to make more friends. You are at a place where you feel a need of family love and forgiveness of past hurts. Home is a place of sanctuary and encouragement, and best of all, unconditional love. Whether this is an actual place in your life or one created virtually, you need this vibration right now. Seek it and welcome it into your life. So also, if you don't have any people around you, what I said, that you can create like balance in your life, harmony. Always restore yourself into harmony and balance. When you feel that there's a storm going inside, let the storm be there, and whenever the storm is ready, you can go back to harmony and balance. But don't abandon yourself in this situation and try to avoid the feeling, but rather stay with it until it like lingers away and you can restore the balance. And for love, it seems like you shouldn't be so cocky if you have people that love you. They are valuable to you, truly valuable. I also want to see the 10 of Wands and the King of Wands energy here. Like, okay, 10 of Wands, I just want one card. 10 of Wands energy for Aries. What's that kind of energy? No. 10 of Wands. Okay, thank you. Openness. Yes, okay. Not living in the cage anymore, where you try to be cool and not have any feelings, and then bursting into flames and making the cage into a fiery storm. So I think this is you're freeing yourself from old habits of reactive patterns, and also maybe old habits of staying in destructive situations. Instead of complaining of a situation, you leave it. So it's like that. It's like you found your inner child. It couldn't stand the situation, so you just leave it. It can be like that as well. Becoming very strong and decisive, and maybe sharing the change in your life. And it's like peaceful. You live without any grudges. Like, okay, so we couldn't make it work. I tried for 10 years. I tried, and I have been miserable all this time. So thank you for trying to build this together with me. But the last 6 months, all I have done is complaining. And now I'm tired of complaining. So instead, I'm doing something about this. So it might be like this. But it might also be that you are talking about something that has burdened you. Like you are more open to share your feelings instead of just blowing up off your handle or leaving or escaping. You might start communicating. So that might be even more healthy. Okay. 4 of Wands, like the 4 of Wands energy, because it was mixed messages in that. Inspired Juggler, yes, that's very different messages. That's the first time I'm getting this this card, actually. Okay. You were born to organize. You are the multitasking extraordinary that others wish they could be. You have an astonishing ability to be able to keep all the balls in the air at once. The vibration of control whilst in chaos is your key to success. It is balance within the confusion and disorder. Be amazed and don't underestimate what you can truly achieve. So yes, this I forgot about Aries superpowers, to be like everything for everyone and everywhere. So this might also be how you burn your candles in 2 different ends. Maybe you have spoiled people, like doing everything for them, and they become like children, like don't have the ability to even you know, do simple things as start the washing machine or change the oil in the car. So because you have done everything for them, so they come to mommy or daddy. It might be your partner as well, but I don't know how to do this. Well, I will teach you. Don't be everything for everyone. Maybe this has been a way for you to be important in other people's lives, but if it's carrying you to the brink of exhaustion and death, that might not be. Like, check out why you are doing this. Why do you want to be everything for everyone? Maybe you're smoothing over something else. If I do everything like this for people, maybe they will excuse me being like this and this. So go to the source, like find out why you are being like this and this if you don't like it, and change that, and then relax. You can take a vacation. Don't have to struggle so hard. You don't have to work so hard. When it comes to the Wheel of Fortune and 9 of Wands, we have Abundant Star. So it might be like you really want something else. You just don't know it yet. So the divine is going to change the reality for you. And it's like sometimes we we get what we need and not what we want. So when you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. The universal vibration of wishing is only set into motion, allowing you to do whatever your heart desires when you are ready to accept them as real. Whatever you have been told in the past is related to then. You are now an adult, and your wishes and desires need to be projected outwardly in order for them to manifest. So what are you waiting for? So instead of fighting windmills, try to find out what would really make you happy. And it might be that you're going to find yourself in a total different reality. So for clarifying the death card, I will take from the Oracle of Visions card for this death. Yes, okay. This mermaid, she's not actually dying. She's just leaving one element for the other. It's like being between dimensions. And she's just visiting there. And it's this peace dove again. We see that she's here up breathing air, and it's just a bubble. She's still underneath the ocean, and she's just there visiting, and it's transformation like butterflies, what we also see often in the death card. So it's some kind of metamorphosis going on, but you're not going to stay there forever. It's like you're doing a change that is like you're checking it out. You're checking out something new, something that you haven't tried before, and that might be like an evolution on your step. Okay, my dear Aries, I hope this helped. I want you to take really good care, and also I hope that you will be able to join me for the November reading that I will publish in the middle of October. Okay, so take care. Until then, bye bye.